Hello, my name is Sonia, and today we're going to learn this pattern stitch right here. It's a similar take to the Jacob's Ladder stitch, and I use this stitch here to make a headband or ear warmer. Winter's coming, so I thought this would be a good stitch for that. It's a nice dense fabric, and I just added those cute little buttons. So we are going to get started. So today I am using an eye hook or a 5.5 millimeter. I just have some worsted weight or number 4 yarn. And with this stitch pattern, there's not a specific set of chains. Like some patterns you'll need to, chain a multiple of 8 plus 4 or whatever. With this one, it just depends on what you want to do. With this pattern here, it has this neat raised effect, so you could have multiples of these or just, one. It just depends on what you want to do or how many stitches you want in between. So for this demonstration, I'm going to do a chain 13 because I want to have a total of 12 stitches. So we are going to chain 13, 12, and 13. So I have my 13 chains right here, and we are going to single crochet in the second chain from our hook. And we're going to work 3 more single crochets for a total of 4 to get started. So there's number 2, number 3, and our number 4 single crochet. So what we're going to do next is we are going to chain 5. So we chained 5, and then I'm going to work 4 more single crochets. So with this stitch pattern, you just want to figure out the math, which I know some people, including myself, I hate math, but it's not too hard to figure it out. So if you wanted to have, let's say, 5 stitches in between your loops, so you could chain 15, or chain 16, and then you always skip the first chain. But we're having 4 single crochets in between our loops. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to chain 5 again. And we're going to work our last 4 single crochets for row 1. And for this demonstration, row 1 is going to be my right side. And with this stitch pattern, you do need to have right and wrong sides. Some patterns it doesn't really matter, but this one it does. And you'll see why when we do row 2. So I finished off row 1, and you can see it right here. It looks kind of funny. So you've got your 2 chain 5 loops, and I have 4 here, 4 here, 4 here. So yes, you could have 5 in between, or you could do 4 and then have your chain 5. You could, then have 10. However you want to do it. If you want to make a blanket out of this stitch pattern, you can make a scarf. I used it for a headband, but there's a lot of different things that you can make with this pattern, and it is a denser fabric, so it actually would make a really nice blanket. If you know someone that doesn't like blankets with holes in them, this would be a great blanket pattern for that. So anyway, for the next row, you're going to chain 1, you're going to turn and single crochet right in the same stitch. And we're going to continue to single crochet in our next stitches until we get to our chain 5 loop. So we're at our chain 5 loop. What you're going to want to do, and this is where the right and wrong sides come into play, you want to have your loop pushed to the right side. So all you need to do is just have your working yarn right in front of the loop, and you'll single crochet right into the next stitch, and it just closes that gap. And you'll keep going till you get to the next loop. So this is a really easy pattern for someone that just started to crochet but wants to try something a little bit different. It's just a twist on some basic stitches. So we've come to our next chain 5 loop. Push that forward, have your working yarn in front, and then single crochet till you get to the end of your row. So we're at our last stitch, work our last single crochet. Of course, it doesn't want to cooperate. There we go. And then We're on row 3 at our right side, so you can see our 2 loops. Looks a little funny right now. So now we're going to work row 3, and it's pretty much the same thing as row 1. So we chained 1, we turned, single crochet right in that same stitch, single crochet in the next stitch, and the next stitch. So we've worked till we work our 4 single crochets, and then we're going to chain 5 again. Going to get some more yarn, and then we're going to work our next 4 single crochets, and then we are going to chain 5 again. And it is super windy outside. I don't know if you can hear that, but it is like roaring out there. Alrighty, so we've now worked row 3. So now we have 4 chain 5 loops. Now we're going to work row 4, our wrong side row. We're going to just close up this gap. So we chained 1, single crochet in the same stitch, continue till we get to our chain 5 loop. So now we're at our chain 5 loop, so we just want your working yarn in front to push that loop to the right side. And we're coming up on our next loop, and put that working yarn in front. Oops, make sure you have it positioned right to make your stitch correctly. And just finish out row 4. Alright, and I'll chain 1 and we're going to turn. So now I have 4 loops here, and I want to have a total of 10 loops, and then I'll show you what to do with these guys. So all we do is chain 1, turn, single crochet in the same stitch, work my first 4 set of single crochets. So I've got my 4, chain 5, and we'll just keep on going. And then the next, for row 6, you just single crochet across, making sure you close up your gaps. So 1, 2, 3, did I have 5? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. See, I start talking and I don't know what I chained. I guess I can't crochet and talk at the same time. Alright, so I'm going to keep going until I have 10 loops here, and then I will show you the next step. Alright, so I'm almost done my wrong side row before we do the next step. Okay, so I finished a wrong side row. I'm going to chain 1. I am turning. So now I have 10 loops, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now we are going to do something with these loops. And you don't want to fasten off your yarn, so what I suggest is just kind of pull it out so you have a nice big loop so it doesn't unravel on you. And you're going to start on the bottom and work your way up. So your first loop, what you're going to want to do is give it a little twist and stick your hook right in the middle of that twist. Now this is the only loop you'll have to twist, only the ones on the bottom. You won't need to twist any of the other ones. And what you're going to do next is stick your hook in the center of the next loop, and we're just going to pull it through just like if we were almost like we were chaining. And you did the one, and you're going to keep doing that all the way till you get to the top. And you might need to, depending on the yarn, you know, just give it a little bit of a tug. It's not going to hurt it. Sometimes you need to almost get a little rough with it to get it to behave, because it is, you know, more of a denser fabric. You know, some stitch patterns are more drape. They have a little bit more drape to them. This one doesn't have as much drape. So we're going to keep going till we get to the top. So I'm just kind of giving that a little pull, and I have my last loop, and we're going to do that one, and again pull. And you just want to have, you know, so you can see the center. So we're going to do the same thing on the other side. So I'll give her a little twist, put my hook through the center of the twist, put it into the next loop, and just pull it through. Give it a little bit of a tug, and you're not going to hurt it at tugging it. Like, I think sometimes people get worried that they're going to, you know, mess up everything that they did, but this stitch you don't have to worry about that. And we'll keep going till we get to the top. So we're our last loop. Now with this stitch pattern, when I made the ear warmer or headband, whatever you want to call it, you know, I had almost 100 rows to do that. So what I did is I started like halfway through, you know, making my little, almost looks like little braids to me. So working on my little braids, just so that when I was done, you know, stitching, I didn't have to go back and do all my braids. So now we've done all of our braids here, and we need to do something about these loops here. You can't just leave them hanging, or they're, you know, it's all gonna fall apart on you. So you're going to insert your hook back into your loop. Alright, and I've chained one already, and I'm now ready to secure these loops right here. You'll single crochet right in that same stitch, and I'll work my 2 more single crochets, and then I'll be at my number 4 single crochet. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to insert my hook right in the middle of my loop, and then, oops, keep the hook in the loop. Then I'm going to go back and find that single crochet, and then just single crochet both of them together. And now that loop is secure. So I'm going to go continue to single crochet across. So single crochet 1, 2, 3. Now I'm at my number 4 single crochet. So I just put my hook right in the middle of my loop and find, there it is. And I'm looking at this through the camera, so it makes it a little bit trickier to find it. But when you're doing it, you know, on your lap, it should be a lot easier. And then we'll just single crochet the rest of the way across. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. And now your little braids are nice and secure. And that is how you do that stitch. So I hope you enjoy it and have some fun with it. And thank you so much for watching.